Emily Harper had always been drawn to the macabre. As an art history professor specializing in Gothic art, she spent her days surrounded by images of darkness and despair. But it wasn't until she attended the estate auction of the late, eccentric artist Victor Crane that she encountered true horror. Crane's work was notorious for its unsettling realism and haunting themes. Rumors swirled about his final piece, a painting said to be his masterpiece and his curse. Emily, driven by equal parts professional curiosity and a morbid fascination, knew she had to have it. When the painting was unveiled, a collective gasp echoed through the room. It depicted a woman in a flowing black gown, her eyes wide with terror, her mouth twisted in a silent scream. Behind her, shadowy figures reached out with clawed hands. The background was a swirling vortex of darkness, as if the canvas itself was a window into another, far more sinister world. Against all reason, Emily bid on the painting and won. As she took it home, a sense of unease settled over her, but she dismissed it as the residual effect of Crane's unsettling artistry. Emily hung the painting in her study, where it dominated the room. She couldn't shake the feeling that the woman's eyes followed her. The first night it was in her home, she awoke to a faint whispering, like a soft breeze rustling through dry leaves. The sound seemed to emanate from the study, but when she investigated, she found nothing amiss. Over the following days, the whispers grew louder, more insistent. They seemed to be forming words, but she couldn't quite make them out. Worse, Emily began to experience vivid nightmares. She found herself standing in a dark, oppressive forest, pursued by the shadowy figures from the painting. No matter how fast she ran, they were always right behind her. One night, she woke to find herself standing before the painting, her hand reaching out to touch it. She pulled back, horrified. The woman in the painting seemed to be looking directly at her, pleading for help. Emily's life began to unravel. She lost track of time, her lectures became disjointed, and her colleagues grew concerned. She confided in her friend and fellow professor, Mark, who suggested removing the painting. But Emily refused. She was obsessed with uncovering its secrets. One evening, desperate for answers, she scoured Crane's old journals, which she had also acquired at the auction. She found a cryptic entry about the painting. The final piece is a gateway. A door to their world. The price for this masterpiece was my soul. As she read the words, the whispers became a deafening cacophony. She looked up to see the figures in the painting moving. The woman's eyes were now filled with tears, her mouth opening and closing in silent screams. Terrified, Emily tried to leave the study, but the door wouldn't budge. The shadows began to seep out of the painting, curling around her like smoke. She felt a cold hand brush her cheek and screamed. Mark, worried after not hearing from Emily for days, broke into her house. He found her unconscious on the floor of her study, the painting lying next to her. He called for help, but it was too late. Emily was in a coma, her mind trapped in a perpetual nightmare. Doctors were baffled. There was no physical reason for her condition. Mark, however, suspected the truth. He took the painting back to his apartment, determined to destroy it and free Emily from its grasp. That night, as he prepared to burn the painting, the shadows emerged once more. They enveloped him, whispering his name. Mark realized too late that the painting wasn't just cursed, it was hungry. Months later, Emily's house was sold, the new owners unaware of its dark history. Among the items left behind was an old, dusty painting. Intrigued, they hung it above the fireplace. Soon after, they began hearing whispers in the night. The cycle of horror continued, as the cursed painting awaited its next victim, forever a gateway to the darkness beyond.
Dear viewers, if you like to watch this kind of stories, do subscribe, like and share our channel.